Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about being sensitive, warm, and kind is not a weakness. Well, especially not when you can keep yourself sustaining and holding yourself to these qualities, even though other would disagree. For, in the end, holding to kindness, always working towards bringing healing, compassion, forgiveness, and redemption to the world, to ourselves, bringing healing to our own inner being, having a little, taking a little time to sit with one's own being consciously, feeling, sensing, being awake and alive to oneself and to what is happening. And if you are with others, be alive to their being too, to know that there are more than just our ego here, but there are more than one ego. We are many individuals, many individuals, and the more we can awaken to that aliveness within our own being, that means that the more details we can see in the whole, in the big picture. We fill in details constantly, in a sense, the living cosmic details, and the earthly details, of course. So the more we do study and practice and dedicate ourselves to higher knowledge and to spiritual science and, well, divine truths, the more they in increments give us insights and fill in these details, as mentioned, and they become more and more clear and, well, alive within us, so that you just get a feeling of a living cosmos, an ever developing, evolving cosmos. Not only we are evolving soul spiritually, but the higher worlds do too. And you have a feeling of, connectivity and brotherly, sisterliness in it, in a sense. And to be sensitive to, well, anything. For sensitivity is a good quality to have, for we do sense if something is healthy or unhealthy for us, unless, of course, we have desensitized ourselves. For really, when you have become sensitive, when you have detoxified from whatever desensitizes you in the first place, you will come to understand what I'm talking about, if you don't already do, and I think you do. For it really is about what we feed our own soul and spirit, and every individual one of us will have to come to, well, a true understanding, a living understanding of what these things are, what is healthy for us, what is unhealthy for us, what we should develop and what we should focus and develop, and so on. I am not saying any of these things to you because there is not only one way. Every individual has, we all move towards the same future, in a sense. We all work towards the future. And it is all, are we working for the good of the future and connecting together in a certain sense so that we can build together? Or are we not thinking about the future at all? There is so many ways to see the world, and the further into the future you really can go with your clairvoyant imagination, the better. For we cannot live for this lifetime alone. It is not enough. the further into the future we go, the more we kind of can do now. For it is about developing what we can develop now. And first and foremost, you need to study and find out what that is. And that is a responsibility. And you need to awaken that interest and curiosity. It kind of is, all of these qualities truly are earned. Of course, if you have been studying for a little while, then you might all of a sudden get a new drive, well, enlivening oneself while to not make things boring and dead, but truly bring aliveness to things, no matter what we do. Being grateful for things, bringing warmth to things. Being sensitive. For being sensitive is not a weakness. Seriously. If nothing else, letting go of that is kind of a weakness. Lack of willpower. Having a strong will indicates you are capable of showing gentleness and love and compassion, and also stay strong in one's moral foundations. One need not be either or, one can be both. We are complex and flexible enough to be able to do so, but one needs to practice it consciously. For otherwise you will go on a response, on an automatic action. Things we are used to, or habits or so. One truly needs to actively and consciously overdrive these and overwrite them with new conscious actions. And that requires us to meditate, to get to know ourselves. And gratitude and sensitivity and the proper nourishment for the soul, like I mentioned in the video yesterday, like tending a garden. And to tend a garden, one needs to have the patience and also the gentleness and a consistency, and not being in a hurry, and being willing to wait and to sit and to wait for the higher worlds to inspire and to see what are they going to show next. For it is all about this patience and showing them the dedication to the cause and to higher knowledge and truth. For once you show your dedication to the higher worlds, your intentions are clear to them. They are more than willing to help and assist you. For when you show yourself that you are doing this work, you are giving them green light to assist you. At least my goal is to have a fully conscious, utter clear communion with them, so that there is not a shadow of a doubt. Intuitive actions, in a sense, where every action I take is from macro to microcosm, in a sense. Every action are meant to be taken like that. Even if some of them results in something painful now and then. For it is karma. More often than not, our suffering can always be contributed to karma. And that is kind of a comfort, knowing that once we have suffered through it, we have made amends for that karma. But but these happenings are more of an exception. It is not the majority of happenings in our life, at least in our later life. Maybe in our youth it was more chaotic, but that was to build our foundation as an adult human being. And then to mature it once we have grown up. For once we have grown to the age of 28, we need to mature ourselves. It is literally so, or else we will stay stuck at 28. And we will not go past there in maturation, in soul spiritual age, in relation to the body, of course. for we are much, much older in our soul spiritual than we have gone through many lives. But I digress. It is all about taking responsibility for one's own inner being, and being sensitive is not a weakness. Being loving is not a weakness. If nothing else, holding to that. Try doing it for a good while and you will come to understand what I mean. It is more difficult than it sounds. Especially in a world where single little thing wants you to believe that there is no love here. But there is a lot of love. It doesn't come from the outer sense perceptible world or materialism. It comes from the soul spiritual, from the heart, from the soul. And I will leave you with this today. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, ancient masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation, bless, protect, guide, and love you on your amazing, unique journey and path. And may you be provided for with all you need to survive, live, thrive, and be creative and inspirational, and a healing force on this earth, so others can choose to follow if they want to. A good example. So, thank you so much. Love you. See ya. Goodbye.